A new state park in North Carolina is named Gorges State Park. One of the features, besides numerous hiking trails and waterfalls, is a 4x4 trail that plunges deep inside the park and intersects with the nationally acclaimed Foothills Trail. That's where I'm going to today. And of course this descends to the lake. I don't have enough Jeep. Alright, here's the Foothills Trail. There's a access road, meets right up with it. And this is north. I'm not going that way. I'm going south. So I don't have to do these stairs. So let's go that way. Here's your white blaze. Here's the trailhead. Go check out this campsite. I've been on the Foothills Trails a couple of times, you know, in small sections of it. I would like to hike the whole thing. I don't have a system in place, I think, to do that, or possibly the legs. Age has a funny way of taking away some of those abilities, and you can rail against it if you want to, but sooner or later it's gonna talk to you. Doesn't matter what you do, and then stop. Because I ain't known anybody yet to beat that one. I am miles deep into the woods in Gorges State Park. I love the sound of running water. Can't see it yet, but I can hear it. Our bear bag cable is right there. Bear Creek campsite. 5.2 miles. No, it's not. This is Bear Gap. Okay, this is Bear Gap campsite. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Tired of seeing all the rock though. There's no vegetation. It's not my idea of a great campsite when I see this type of erosion, where people, I mean, there's a nice place to sit. Somebody wanted to set the dang thing on fire. See? That's not cool. Why would you do that? And then left their trash, a little bit. Tinfoil. No, tinfoil doesn't burn. And a place to get into the creek. Get some water. Pretty nice. Alright, where do you put a hammock? And of course, I'd rather be back this way. There's a fire ring with a grate. I always have to humanize everything, don't we? We could do a hammock in there. Some brushes in the way. Kind of have to tidy that up a little bit. Oh, what do we got here? As Bear would say, nice. Well, I brought my rod and reel, but I don't think this is a place I'd be fishing. There could be a little brook in here, a little brook trout. They hang out in little holes like these. Let's have a bite to eat. I've been running since early this morning, although I've been driving. It was kind of a gnarly road, particularly when I got down that way. I saw that big hill, you know. Yeah, I don't have enough Jeep for that. You need some knobbies and a winch. I re-seasoned my pan, something you should do ever so often. A friend of mine was talking about coming on this trip, so I had packed him this particular steak, and since he's not here, I'm going to eat it for him. Crap! Got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You see what's down on the ground right there? My big old ribeye. Can you believe it? I can. I can believe it. It's not a total loss. You ever heard of washing a steak? I have, and I will. Okay. So when your day's going really good, that's when all crap breaks loose. And there was a lot of leaf litter on that ground. Just put that over there for a moment. Get rid of that. Clean my pan. Start over. Put a little water under there. Yeah. One more time. See, there's a little bit more stuff left in there. A little bit more. We're not letting that go to waste. No, sir. I can eat cooked leaf litter. I don't eat raw leaf litter, but I do eat cooked leaf litter. There's my cloth, my bandana, but that's all I've got left after making that fiasco. You think I'm throwing that away? No way, man. No way. I guess that is karma in a way, because I'm eating my friend's steak. So we'll get all this extra water out of the steak. The plate's clean. Wow. That's not something I planned to do. That's starting to brown. Oh yeah, there's a few leaf bits in there. You know, like I said, as long as they're cooked leaf bits, we're good. Crank her up. Got a little Mikey sauce here. Since I washed all the other one off. It had been marinating for 3 days. Of course, it should be in the meat, right? Okay. Wow. when I take a pan off the stove, I take a pan off the stove. I don't think it's going to take a lot of cooking. That's better. I think we start over with another little scoop of ghee. So, you know, that's a mistake that you can recover from. It's not life-threatening on any level. I'm not in a survival situation. If I don't eat this steak, I'm probably going just fine. Might be a little hungry, but I'll be just fine. Let's get a little more Mikey sauce in there. That's the good stuff, you know. Getting ready to eat this. Then we're going to heat up some water. We're going to have maybe a low cup of coffee. So there we go. Looks like that's done to me. And because of the Mikey sauce, it might look a little darker than normal, but that's just a really good sauce that starts to brown. And as soon as it starts to brown, you know that there's maple syrup in there. And it starts to caramelize, as they say on the big screen. I don't see any leaves. Put that right there. Flip it over. And that right there. There we go. I'm all tucked up, ready for the big feast. That's worth it. I can tell you what, that's worth it. See, a grown man cries when he can't eat his ribeye because he dropped it on the ground. There's no excuse. I don't chew bubble gum from the chicken yard, but I just want to leave. Let the chickens have it. Oh my gosh. Just going to eat it like beef jerky. You know how tender this is? Like, super tender. Get a little bit of the steak off because I need to stir my coffee. There is no place I'd rather have a steak except for Michael's Grill. It's had time to be marinated and sauced it. It took me about 15 years to get together, in the right amounts. And to keep it simple, you don't want to pinch this and a touch of that, and one of those and one of those, and a little bit of that, and subtle differences. Well, just, man, put what you like in there, Sometimes you get lucky. But the trick is the maple syrup. You can't use sugar. You can't use Aunt Jemima. I'm sorry. Pearl Milling Company. That is finger licking good. We didn't have much syrup growing up. We had something called cane patch. Now, cane patch syrup used to be 100% cane sugar syrup. Somewhere along the way, they started mixing it with corn syrup. And I noticed the difference right away. And, a lot of changes on the, I'll put this back, on the face of the container were made as well as the harvester and the cane patch. Those all good things. But adding corn syrup to it, that was not a good thing. When I found out about log cabin maple flavored syrup, I thought that was it, man. Had to have that. And then when I got old enough to pay for my own syrup, I had maple syrup. Oh my gosh, where's this been all my life? Well, on the shelf, apparently. So now, I use maple syrup. Is it expensive? Well, of course it is. All the good things in life are. It's just like this steak. I don't eat this every day. Of course, I did cook some for the wife on Mother's Day. And I got a couple more ready to go. And then after that, take a break on the steak thing. We'll switch over to ground beef, chicken, pork, and vegetables. Lots of vegetables. I've learned to eat squash type stuff, zucchini stuff, asparagus stuff, Brussels sprouts. Oh my God, I thought that was like the worst thing ever. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, that's the best thing ever. It depends on how it's cooked. And if somebody's not cooking your food properly, do it yourself. Don't blame the cook. What is that? It's a leaf that got cooked. The last piece. Oh my gosh. Well worth throwing it on the ground for. Like a prisoner out of solitary. I can't stand it. What do you mean there's no excitement in my videos? Who knocks everything on the ground all the time? Call CSI. There's the site of the crime right there. Alright, site's all cleaned up. I'm cleaned up. Pack's packed away. I did see some signs of people behaving badly around here, with their bathroom habits, and I just want to say, take a small shovel. They're really inexpensive. Clear off a little piece of ground. Pile up some leaves, dirt over to the side. When you do your business, cover it up. Cover it up. We don't like to see that around camp. And if you're with a group of people, decide where are you going to go to do that at? You know, it's like, if I'm going that way, don't follow me. And that might be for that group, or that might be for that group. Talk it out. I want to talk about the steak incident for a minute. If you're one of those people who never make mistakes in your life, in your line, the difference, I think, is when you make a mistake or have an accident, is it recoverable? Is it something that won't kill you? Is there a chance that you can get over it or recover from it? Like, there's lots of things in life that we do that may not make good sense. Seemed okay at the moment, but didn't work out that way. Is it life-altering? Or is it just something that you have to correct for? Well, that was my game when I was, you know, helping my kids through life, was to say, I'm going to stop you from making the big ones, okay? You can make all the little ones you want. You know, the run and fall, that's fine. Fall off your bike, that's yours. Bad decisions about dating, yeah. The big ones in life, I'll do my best to keep that from happening. And then, you get to a certain point, it's all you. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I spent most of my life doing that. And I didn't do too good a job on that steak back there. The sun's out. But it's not life-altering. And I still had my steak. Yeah? Think about it. If you're new to camping, you might not know much about bear bagging or bagging your food to keep the bears away from them. But here's the setup. I'm not sure who installed it. Friends of the Foothills Trail or Boy Scouts or somebody, but they did a good job. They put the red paint on the trees so you can see them. You have a cable suspended in the middle. What you're going to do is bring that cable down. Oh, sorry. Sorry, down. And you got a couple of carabiners here and a couple of spring clips. So you can hook like 3 bags, 4 bags, 5 bags, whatever it takes, onto this. And then the cable in your bags go up to the middle. Now a bear cannot, he might be able to climb the tree, but he can't climb that wire out to the middle. And once all your stuff is hung, you go over here, put it on the hook. By it being suspended between the 2 trees, that saves your food bag. And believe me, you don't want a black bear in your food bag, in your tent, or next to your hammock. It's not a good combination. So hanging it up, safest way to go when there's predators in the woods. I don't really call a black bear a predator, but when you got bacon or something in your bag, it could go wrong. It's a great job, guys. Now it's ready to go for the next person who wants to use it. Take that with me and get that out of here. It's old. It's leaving now.
On my way back to the cabin, I stopped by my old stomping grounds, the Chattooga River. It hasn't changed much over the 40-plus years I've been coming here because of its status as a wild and scenic river.
Sometimes you get a blast from the past, you get something really cool on the side of the road when you're traveling through the mountainous areas, and up in this area where I've been today, there's something I've always wanted to do and never got to, and that is to fill up my canteen from a really old spring. This is called Moody Springs. There's a really old story about it, and I'm not that familiar with it. So I'm going to take a sample of this home. Tastes pretty good. It's not the best water I've ever had. but it's pretty good. And it's free. It's called Moody Springs. Well, this is Mike from Mike's Wild World. I made it back in one piece. Remember, if you pack it in, pack it out, or take somebody else's back out. If you liked the video today, please like and subscribe. By all means, comment if you got something you want to say. And I got my can with me, and I'll see you on the next one.